situation, and thus Kyrie
It
will
was
join
really
the team
fun.
for road games starting in January. At number
And
2,
then
we have Steve
we
Cohen
made it
and his
seem
deep
as though the real Bill
2
Jensen
off-seasons
was
as Mets
actually
owner,
on
2 of the
Waffle
biggest
Punch
acquisitions in
And
franchise
I
history. First,
donated,
it
I
was
said,
Francisco Lindor. The trade
how was it
extension
being on
that
Waffle
locked
Punch
up
stream?
one of the most
I
exciting
was
players
not
in
on
baseball.
Waffle
Then
Punch
in his second
stream.
offseason, he
Yes,
created
you
one of the
were,
best
Billy.
1-2 punches
You were
possibly
talking
ever,
smack about
signing
Steven.
Max Scherzer to a 3-year, $130 million
smack.
deal. That's the highest annual average value contract
I'll show
ever
you the
handed
thing
out
on
in
the
American
Waffle Punch.
sports. Whether those moves turn into championships in Queens, we shall see. And topping off our list at number 1, the return
Oh yeah,
of playoff
so
basketball
you know
to
how
Madison
Joseph
Square
says
Garden.
that the House
Knicks made
defense
the
thought
return
that
of the
because
season
Paul
for the first time
wasn't
since 2013,
speaking for a
and
while
the
that he
Garden
thought he was
rocking.
like jerking
It was a
off or
short-lived
something.
celebration though, as the Hawks knocked out the Knicks in just
I
5
think-
games. But for at
I know
least
if
one
someone
night
were
in
to
May,
trick off
the
on Bill
Knicks
Jensen's
once
live
again
stream,
kings
he will immediately
of
get a
New York.
takedown.
And we're
Just
gonna
like
see if the Garden
join
will see
someone
playoff
that
basketball again this
because obviously
spring.
that's
We'll
gonna
count down the
take
top
because
5
like
national moments tomorrow.
wasn't there that
On
time
Eyewitness
where
News
a
24/1
girl
coming
showed
to a
her
close, my friends.
flash herself on Bill Jensen's live stream? Yeah, and then there was that guy that showed his ass.
Eyewitness News, of course, returns at 11 o'clock. Be safe tonight out there. We'll see you for New Year's Eve.
But imagine
Tonight, breaking news
Bill,
on this New
wait,
Year's
no,
Eve,
not Bill,
millions mourning the death of
Steven
beloved
Choir
actress, TV
showing
icon
up on Bill
Betty White.
Jensen's live stream and then calling him
Betty White
names.
passing
Would you
away
watch
in
that?
Los Angeles, just weeks before what would have been her 100th birthday. Her remarkable career spanning nearly 8 decades, best known for her roles on The Golden
Roman,
Girls,
you
The Mary
there?
Tyler Moore Show, her quick wit, her humility and grace.
I'm here.
Tributes from former co-stars already pouring in.
Okay, so
And Betty White,
if you
in
were
her
watching
own
Bill
words,
Jensen's live stream and you saw Steven from Bubble Pond join his live stream and talk smack, and they talk smack about each other, would you keep watching it? Would you share it or
More than
what?
2 million infections in the final week of 2021. Nearly 4 Americans testing positive every second. Across the country, major parties canceled, but New York City pushing ahead with its famous ball.
It's about time I gotta
Times
go
Square,
make a call
and
to order
limited
some
crowd
food
with masks
later.
and proof of vaccination. New images tonight of the
So
devastating
Mark,
wildfires.
if we're gonna add a husband to hotel to cook, you should also add some helicopter boss.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, cause Hello Boss. Yeah, that's the character that has Luna, that wolf-like dog. I don't know if she's a wolf or a dog or whatever,
The severe
but
storm threat across
yeah.
several states tonight. Winter alerts impacting millions from Arizona
I'm
all the
gonna
way
eat
east.
you
Heavy
for
snow,
making
rain,
a
large
laugh.
hail, and possible
Okay.
tornadoes. Rob Marciano timing it out. The new travel warning from the FAA. With
you know,
more
it
than
would be
15
cool if, you know,
flights canceled
Aspen
again
Hotel and
today.
Hello
What to
Boss did
expect
like
in the
some
coming
sort of
days.
crossover.
The champagne
Kind of like how
shortage heading into the
there's people
final
talking about
hours of
how
2021.
Baby and Al how she do like a
Champagne may be in
crossover.
short supply. And celebrating the
Hey guys, I'll be right
around the
back.
world in the shadow of the pandemic.
Okay.
Nations cheering the promise of hope for the future.
Okay, so no one's here.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us on this final night of 2021. I'm Whit Johnson, in for David. And as millions prepare to usher in the new year, we begin tonight with breaking news and the death of beloved actress and comedian Betty White. Authorities say she passed away in her home in Los Angeles just weeks before what would have been her 100th birthday. Celebrations were already in the works. Betty White was seemingly ageless, with generations of fans. Her remarkable career spanning nearly 8 decades, best known for her roles on The Mary Tyler Moore Show and The Golden Girls. Her list of credits dating back to the 1940s. Former co-stars remembering her tonight. The U.S. Army also paying tribute, reminding us, quote, not only was she an amazing actress, she also served during World War II as a member of the American Women's Voluntary Services, a true legend on and off the screen, a master of comedic timing, an activist, humble and graceful. Betty White was an American original. ABC's Zareen Shah leads us off in Los Angeles.
Ready? 1, 2.
Betty White was already America's Golden Girl long before that famous sitcom.
The older you get, the better you get. Unless you're a banana.
She had Americans howling as the sweet ditzy Rose Nyland and as the devious happy homemaker on the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to rake someone's tail over the coals.
White won 2 Emmys for playing the catty Sue Ann Nivens, 7 in all during a remarkable decades-long career.
You're playing like Betty White out there.
That's not what your girlfriend said.
This ad was the talk of the 2010 Super Bowl. She got a new television series, Hot in Cleveland, and then came Saturday Night Live, making her the oldest person to host the show.
I'm 88 and a half years old, so it's great to be here for a number of reasons.
The beloved comedian and actress considered an American treasure, winning the Guinness Book World Record in 2013 for the longest television career for a female entertainer, and receiving the standing ovation from her peers when she received her Lifetime Achievement Award at the Emmys.
It's incredible that I'm still in this business, and you are still putting up with me.
White's passing just weeks before what would have been her 100th birthday. Authorities confirming she died this morning at her home in Southern California. Tonight, tributes pouring in from across the entertainment world. Ryan Reynolds, White's former co-star in 2009's The Proposal, which helped catapult her back into the spotlight, tonight tweeting in part, quote, "The world looks different now. She was great at defying expectation. She managed to grow very old and somehow not old enough." And tonight, Betty White on how she wanted to be remembered, both as an entertainer and a lifelong advocate for animal-related causes.
I would just like to have it somewhere along the line that I made people laugh and I made them think a little bit. And the 2 parts of my life, the animal part and the television part, and I work them together as much as I can. That's what I'd like to be remembered as. Betty is their good friend that they invite into.
And that's exactly what she was to so many. Zareen Shah joining us now from Betty White's Star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, where fans are placing flowers and handwritten notes tonight. And Zareen, what are people telling you?
With dozens of fans have come by, everyone from grandparents to very young kids, and the notes have been so touching. One person saying they're going to make a donation to an animal-related nonprofit. Another simply writing, "Thank you for being a friend, Betty White." With
an incredible life. She will be missed, Zareen. Thank you. We do move on tonight, turning to New Year's Eve. In the grip of the pandemic, cases exploding in the U.S., more than 2 million infections in the final week of 2021, and a record number of children hospitalized with COVID. In New York City, where the state just reported infections at an all-time high for a 3rd straight day, a limited crowd is now gathering for the traditional ball drop in Times Square. Celebrations across the country and around the world scaled back for yet another year. ABC's Trevor Ault reports from Times Square.
Tonight, New York City determined to revive the iconic Times Square ball drop as a virus-weary nation closes out 2021 with COVID infections exploding to record highs.
Life must go on, and the party must go on.
The U.S. facing a record 2.2 million cases reported the final week of the year. Nearly 4 Americans testing positive every second, but crowds already filing into Times Square. 15,000 people, all masked and fully vaccinated.
There's a lot of people, so we'll definitely get tested when we get home.
Other cities from Atlanta to San Francisco scrapping their New Year's events entirely. Boston offering vaccines at its celebration, and more than 300,000 people expected at a fireworks display along the Vegas Strip, as health officials urge people to avoid large indoor gatherings.
There's really not a safe way to have a massive gathering for New Year's. Unmasked. It's just a setup for failure.
Americans across the country still waiting hours in testing lines from Pennsylvania to Houston, some stretching miles.
We were basically told that the chances of us getting tested were basically 0 because there were 200 people in front of us. So by the time they closed, they wouldn't get to us.
And now New Year's closures and bad weather are making it even more difficult to find tests.
It's pretty frustrating where I've been literally up since, 6 o'clock this morning trying to look for sites. I'm in healthcare and I can't treat my patients if I don't get tested.
Right now, 10,000 infected Americans are being admitted in hospitals each day. By mid-January, that number could climb as high as 28,000.
Hospital systems are filled. People are still getting sick. and there's still a lot of exposure happening to frontline workers, people who are needed to keep our country running smoothly.
And with 30 million eligible children still unvaccinated, a record number of kids are entering the hospital with COVID. 6-year-old Aria Shapiro has epilepsy. Her mother held off on getting her the vaccine until 2 weeks ago, but Aria tested positive the next day. She was hospitalized and just came off a breathing tube.
I wish I would have vaccinated her sooner because I think her body would have had more time to build up some antibodies to this virus.
Trevor Ault is back with us now from Times Square. Trevor, there's also a new projection out tonight showing when the U.S. might see the peak of this Omicron surge.
Oh, that's right, Whit. Scientists at Columbia University are projecting now we could see the peak of this surge as early as January 9th at about 2.5 million cases a week, but that could go all the way up above 5 million a week. And those models show here in New York City we could see the peak of infections in the first week of the new year. Though I know you can hear right now, Whit, some people are ready to party already. Whit?
And that expectation is going to get worse before it gets better. Trevor, thank you. Now to the staggering new images of destruction in Boulder County, Colorado. Wildfires moving with blinding speed, wiping out 2 communities in just a matter of hours. As many as 1,000 homes feared damage or destroyed. The fires fueled by hurricane-force wind gusts topping 100 miles per hour. Families given almost no notice to get out, many driving through the flames to find safety. The governor saying it's a miracle no one died. President Biden promising federal aid as the same area is now bracing for up to half a foot of snow. Here's ABC's Will Carr in Colorado.
All right,
tonight, the worst possible combination of drought and wind fueling Colorado's most destructive wildfire on record.
45 minutes,
this is our
community,
and to watch it burn so quickly, so unexpectedly.
Yeah, sorry about that. My first
apocalyptic devastation, entire neighborhoods wiped from the map.
The fire was moving basically at the same speed of the wind.
Those winds gusting to hurricane force, pushing flames right into the towns of Superior and Louisville outside Boulder. Some 34,000 running for their lives.
God help us.
Drivers unable to see through the smoke as flames jump the road. Parents rushing kids out of Chuck E. Cheese. Shoppers fleeing this Costco into a hellscape.
But going forward, when I do get my bigger microphone, I'll be using the desktop more instead of my phone. So
firefighters desperately trying to save homes through the night.
That way, just in case anyone comes, I could just mute it, and then because my phone, there's no way to practically mute it. So
after flames devoured the Element Hotel Thursday, this is all that remains.
So what pizza did you get, Bowman?
Governor surveying the damage from the air.
It was a
wait, you didn't order pizza?
Fire.
No.
The Costco we all shop at, the Target we buy our kids' clothes at, all surrounded and damaged.
Tonight, with their bags packed, so many waiting for word on their homes, including Dale Roy and his wife, Jan.
I think our house is okay, but other people we know probably their house burned, and you really feel bad for them.
Tonight, with the cause
should
of the
we end the
fire
live stream early since pretty much everyone else is gone?
To blanket this area, that's not the flames out, but there's still tens of thousands of people without power and heading into tomorrow.
At the 1 hour 15-minute mark, we'll decide.
So there are still dangerous conditions here throughout the weekend.
All right, well, thank you. And you saw that heavy snow in Colorado.
I will not go back.
Tracking a New Year's storm with weather alerts from Arizona,
please, for the love of
all the way
God,
to the east, impacting millions and possible tornadoes in the south. Let's get right to ABC's senior meteorologist Rob Marciano. Rob, some of the most dangerous weather is coming late tonight.
How intense.
It is. This is going to be an expansive, high-impact holiday event. You mentioned all those advisories. Check them out on the map here. A lot of winter weather advisories, cold air, and a flood watch across an area that was devastated by tornadoes just a couple of weeks ago. All right, the storm now is taking shape as it emerges into the plains. We've already seen the snow drop across the fire zone in Colorado. It pushes east into Lincoln, Nebraska. Icing condition tomorrow morning in Kansas City. And then heavier rain from Arkansas all the way up through the Ohio River Valley. Look at the snow in Chicago. Could see 4 to 8 inches of snow there. And the severe weather threat in the warm sector. That's what I'm worried about the most.
I'm not sure if I
Memphis, Birmingham, Atlanta, Nashville could see some damaging winds and maybe some strong tornadoes. And then while they're feeding that is pushing off towards the east. Temperatures way above normal in the east, away from the storm zone.
Yeah, I even did a pickup Gershon right there.
Okay, Rob, thank you. Now to the new travel warning from the FAA. Expect even more flight cancellations in the coming days. More than 1,500 flights grounded again in less than 24 hours, making it 6 days in a row with more than 1,000 flights canceled.
I haven't spoken to him. In fact, I know at one point he deleted his Discord account and created a new one, but I haven't been able to find his new one. Possibly because he blocked me. So yeah, I still haven't blocked on YouTube, so if I ever have a chance to speak to Rafi, I'll try to apologize to him, but for now, he's pretty much on the bad list.
Due to the surging Omicron variant.
With the virus, Bummer, huh? Yeah. So you know what that means? No more are in Canada.
For more travel delays in the coming
because
days.
The Canadian decides to side with... Wait, I'm not sure if Jack's a pedo, but we'll just call him the British guy.
This is very
a British guy?
Oh yeah, they haven't had more sick guys sooner. This is just the path of the virus.
One passenger tells me her delayed flight from the Bahamas caused her to miss a connecting flight in Miami.
Wait, he actually used the N-word? Oh my god.
Well, it actually happens that
and when 8.5 million people are predicted to fly through U.S. airports between today and January 4th, here in Atlanta, we can see almost a quarter of a million travelers on Sunday alone.
Those challenges still to come for days ahead. Thank you. Tonight, President Biden celebrating the new year in Delaware. The president speaking for the first time as well about his call with Russian President Vladimir Putin yesterday. Says he told Putin the U.S. will not tolerate any further escalation by Russia regarding Ukraine.
Yeah, I think this is the last one that Bowman's gonna call the StreamYard Grounds, because I think he's getting a new name for.
You know, I even announced it before the countdown. Is the Hayes Bowman StreamYard show. It is an inspiration from Rafi to call it the StreamYard show.
The president and first lady also asked about the passing of Betty White, and President Biden calling it
the Bowman StreamYard show. Featuring your co-host, Bowman, Joey, and me.
And tonight, amid the difficult headlines,
we should probably create an intro.
The new year. Australia
like this. I'm not dealing with this anymore.
At the Sydney Harbour Bridge and Sydney Opera House, fireworks shooting from
already dealt with this for long
enough. Skyline above Hong Kong. And the New Year celebrated in spectacular fashion in Dubai. Fireworks pouring from the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. Quite a sight. When we come back, news on Jeffrey Epstein and the guards on duty when he took his own life. And the latest on the Tiger mauling investigation, what the zoo
I'm not sure
if
that's coming from Bowman or Mark or if everyone else has viewed it. But
I'm still here. I didn't click mute.
And to be prepared if anything changes.
I'll be right in.
With IBM, you can do both.
I'm middle making a live right now.
From suppliers to shippers to the factory floor. So whatever comes your way.
Speaking of making, okay, so I've been making more tech videos now.
That's why so many businesses.
One of the videos I'm currently working on, as of right now, I'm actually making a video on upgrading Windows 10 through FE version. In fact, I'll show you right now.
Quit cold turkey.
We got the PCs, and that's about it because I'm not supporting the stuff.
Start stopping with Nicorette.
That's cool.
It can be easy to steal your
okay, I has returned from the living undead.
To help protect yourself.
Back.
Helps detect
I'm being harassed.
Did you order pizza too, Joey?
I saw Paul apparently was streaming. I do not want to be harassed again in 2022.
Every year.
Oh, Mark.
What?
You gonna add that?
No.
To just relax.
No.
And eating healthy.
He's showing
every single meal.
Okay. I made it up. So place an entry that made that. So my mistake.
Next tonight, more than 2 years after Jeffrey Epstein's suicide, the U.S. attorney has dropped charges against the two prison guards on duty when he died. The news coming just days after the conviction of Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's former girlfriend and associate. Epstein was awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. An update now on the tiger mauling in Naples, Florida. Zoo officials are commending the actions of law enforcement, saying the deputy who shot the endangered tiger faced a very difficult choice, and they support report his actions. Officials believe the tiger died of internal bleeding and a gunshot wound to the neck. The maintenance worker who was bitten.
Mute your mic, Andy. We can hear
when we
your
come back here, news
background.
about the champagne shortage. You might want to
Cool. I don't care. I was talking to my mom about something regarding food.
Maybe it's another refill at your favorite diner, or waiting for the 712 bus, or Sunday afternoon in the produce aisle. These moments may not seem remarkable, but at Pfizer, protecting the regular routine in every day drives us to reach for exceptional. Working to
I don't even know what you're talking about, my guy, but okay.
Young and old. It's what we call the pursuit of normal.
Oh, this was funny when I impersonated Bill
in your hands or feet. Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 selling nerve care company. Nervive contains alpha-lipoic acid.
Oh, you know what?
To relieve occasional
Hang on a minute. You know what?
And discomfort. Try Nervive Nerve Relief.
I'm dramatically holding this bottle so the light hits it just right and people think, wow, he knows what he's doing, when I'm actually pretty lost with my payroll taxes.
Intuit QuickBooks helps you manage your
Don't mind
payroll
me, I have a lollipop.
100% accurate payroll tax calculation.
I respect that.
Oh, this was funny when I impersonated Bill in your waffle
Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the #1 selling nerve care company. Nervive contains alpha-lipoic acid.
Oh, you know what?
Relieve occasional
Hang on a minute. You know what?
And discomfort. Try Nervive Nerve Relief.
I'm dramatically
And a freaking fuck. Yo, what the fuck? Jeez. Alright, I'm done.
I want to see. Alright, I want to see if I can actually try this out. I hope you can hear the sound. Oh, this was funny when I impersonated Bill in your stereo audio. Hey, I didn't show it yet. Okay. Oh, you know what? Hang on a minute. You know what? This plays audio,
And a freaking fuck.
I don't care if you see my whole screen.
Jeez. Alright, I'm done.
I want to see. Alright. I want to see if I can I'll show you Tony when I impersonated Bill in your stereo audio. Oh, you know what? Hang on a minute. You know what? This plays audio, I don't guys hear it.
We can hear it loud and clear.
Let's make sure. I want to see. Alright. I want to see if I can. Yes, you. I'll show you Tony when I impersonate. Where, Billy? Stereo audio. Hold on. Hey, I don't know why this popped. Okay. Oh, you know what? Hang on. You know what?
It's sold in California, worth nearly $700 million. When we come back, David Muir and a special message from our team.
On my travels across the country, I came across this house with water dripping from the ceiling. You never know when something like this will happen. So let the Geico Insurance Agency help you with homeowners insurance and protect yourself from things like fire, theft, or in this case, water damage. Now, if I had to get upstairs, there's a broken
I have 3 twice.
When you bundle home and car insurance at
one is the first one, the second one, and now the third one is opening. I'm trying to.
We won.
No way and about my parents.
The Quicker Picker-Upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
I'll hold on to that.
Bounty, the Quicker Picker-Upper.
Yeah, that is true.
Are you okay?
It's just a cold.
If you have high blood pressure, a cold is not just a
cold.
cold.
Don't mind the whole
medicines. Coracetin provides powerful cold relief without raising your blood pressure. Be there
Yeah, that's just something for internet.
with Coracetin.
You see that popping up every so often, don't worry about it. Anyway,
with 30 grams of
I'm going to share my screen again. Hopefully that pop up doesn't show up again.
So Charles, once again,
with 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar.
You know the greatest freak out ever?
Yeah.
Give
there
your
you go.
sensitive skin even more.
Bowman, my screen,
yeah.
please.
Okay. Specially formulated with our dermatologist
All right, back to the video.
To improve your skin's resilience.
My name is Bill Chinchin. I'm on the free Sandy Hot. That's my impression of Bill. And I've been hearing about everything that you've been doing.
I can tell by your voice.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
If you don't see me, you're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You don't have to overpay on a used car again. Shop millions of great deals at the all-new Carfax.com.
Got it a couple days ago, that's why. No weird snowboard.
Here.
Guess what? Guess what? I have more dirt on you than you'll ever have on me in your effing life. Steven's not gonna beat me up.
Yes, he is, Bill. Yes, he is.
Performances by Avril Lavigne with Travis Barker.
That's Tyler 1.
Dog Snake,
no, that's someone else. Tyler.
I am not a sinner.
That's Bill.
Steven's not gonna beat me up.
Yes, he is. He's gonna dominate you.
Tonight here, I hope you'll allow me a moment to not only thank all of you at home for watching this year.
Have you seen him wrestle his brother before, my guy? He's not weak.
That's
a lie.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
See that? That's proof number one that he's stronger than Bill.
Wow. Wow.
That was in one of the live streams.
You broke
See?
the feather.
Even in the live stream.
Oh my. Oh my.
It looks like they're making out in the bed. It looks so wrong.
Are you gay? Are you gay?
They're brothers, dude.
Oh. Oh. Oh, you're not boosting. Oh, you're not boosting. What are we talking about?
Stop talking about Steven!
No! No, it's not. It's over when he says it's over. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Yeah, you do. Ow.
Bill Sykes.
I wasn't in his live stream.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
No, I wasn't on Waffle stream.
Stop capping, Bill. You were.
Stop saying sus!
Sus! You're sus! Yes, you are, Bill! Ignore that PDA net thing. That's just for internet. Ignore that every time it pops up.
Oh, gosh.
Shit.
Oh,
yeah! There's like 10 minutes of this junk.
Man,
but yeah!
If there starts any actual beef between Bill and Steven...
Oh, there's beef between the two. Don't worry. There is beef. He wants to box him. And all I gotta say to him is, bring it on! It's not going to happen, but bring it on anyway. I'm not afraid of him.
Oh, yeah.
Is that your parents' clothes?
No.
Is that yours, Bowman?
That wasn't me.
Then whose parents is that? Is that Paul?
Oh, if you hear parents... Hold on. Hold on. Let me turn on echo cancellation. I'm going to mute myself temporarily because of the background noise.
Well, try use quits.
So yeah, it's been confirmed. Cholinator was the one that started a beef between Steven and Bill Jensen with a good impersonation of those two. Yep.
9 Edward R. Murrow Awards, including overall excellence in television and radio. ABC News is America's #1 news source.